Okay, we're gonna put the screws in it in the top, work our way around and get them started anyway. I'm not going to tighten any of them yet because I want to do it in sequence, so I will work my way from the center and move out towards the edges when I tighten this. Now don't forget there's a screw that goes in here. Let's see if I can't come up with a screw kit list on my site so you can put new screws in it. Like I say, I kind of work my way out from inside out, getting these tight. My dog, apparently somebody's coming driving in. Okay, we're going to put our choke housing on. You want to be sure that's nice and free in there. You clean it out if you have to. You can take this out, but you'll have to get another cap to put on it, but generally you won't need to. Okay, it just needs to run ease in and out easily. Put our gasket on here. This particular carburetor, we've got these couple little special screws with a flat top, flat head. Okay, still you want the choke shaft and everything to move very easily, because there's not a whole lot of tension. There isn't a lot how do you say it? If it binds, it's not going to work right. All right, we'll put our choke valve on. There's a couple letters here, RP. Generally, you put that so you can see it from the top. Goes in this way. All right, just like the throttle valves, we want this to fit nice and tight. I'm getting a screw kit together using this carburetor. Hope it's the same on all 4Gs. I think it's going to be pretty close. I'll check some others out, but anyway, we'll have new screws for the top. They'll actually be silver color, not these. I've had some of these that's been around for 30 some years and just about done with them. All the new ones come as zinc plated, kind of silver. Alright, so I put a little Loctite on these screws. Again, we don't want them to come out and fall into the engine. Okay, there we go. We'll put the choke together here last thing. We'll turn it around and get our fast idle apparatus ready. Put this on here first. This will go in on the holes down here. We won't need to do that yet. Put this on. Let's see, and then this here goes on it. Goes on the inside like that. Okay, why isn't it going all the way on there? Got a little trouble getting this off. Okay, that's close enough for now. We got this little washer. It's got a special slot in the center of it. Right. Well, here we go. Got the screw for it. I need to buff that screw up, but I don't want to stop the video at this point. I'll do it afterwards. Oop. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to work on that because that's way too stiff. I've done something wrong here. When I have that kind of a problem, I take one thing loose at a time to see what is binding it. It's binding right now, so it's got something to do with this piece here that I put on. You know, I think there was a washer on there. I sure remember something about a washer. I'm sure yours won't come off so hard. I don't know why this one is like that. I think there's a washer that goes on there. Now what happened to... There is a washer on there. And it goes, it doesn't slip all the way on, it just goes right over this one deal. Let's try that. That's where pictures come in handy when you take pictures when you take it apart. Well, you know what? This does not go in there. Just this does. Where's that screw? Here we go. Okay, all right. Let's start over here. Because these are sometimes are real complicated. I have more trouble with this kind of stuff than anything on carburetors. Doesn't matter how many I do. Alright, so here we go. Nice and loose. Gonna put the fast idle linkage on here like so. Next thing goes here. Oh, excuse me. Next thing is the washer. Where'd it go? Okay. Now yours may or may not have one. That just takes up the slack. I know there was one on it, even though I can't find it. And this goes in the inside of it, of this tab. I'm hoping you can see that okay. Okay. Like so. And then the screw. Okay, so that's on there. And this goes in here, in that hole. And we'll have to put a clip on it. Now let's see. I typically have these little horseshoe washers. I don't know if I can get to it. I have some other clips that are easier, but I suspect that the kits generally have this in it. Kind of depends on which 4G you have. There's an awful lot of kits for the 4Gs. That's why you have to really do your homework to identify the carburetor. You can't go by application, especially on 4Gs. Here it's been 50 some years, I think, and maybe even 60 on this one. And yeah, there's no way to guarantee that it has the same 4G on it that it came out with. Okay. Alright, there we go. Alright, so now see if we got this right. Alright, so the choke is open. You can see the flap is open. And this will fall down by its own weight. And also you'll notice that the secondary right here becomes unlocked when the choke is open. So the choke will close gets cold, thermostat, the coil closes the choke here, see, and pulls this up. Do it again over here so you can see how it did it. Okay, see how it locked the secondary here? Now the secondaries can't open when it's being choked, which makes sense. You don't want it to open. Okay, also, choke is open down here. Your idle speed is at the lowest point, and as the choke closes, you can see how it pushes the primary throttle open a little, so that so your RPMs will pick up. So that's how we know we got the choke on there all right. It all makes sense, at least to me. All right. This isn't too hard to figure out, because this little point right there goes in this hole right there, and what that does is provides a vent. Now 4Gs are different. 4Gs are set up a little different, but basically they'll all have the same idea. So as the accelerator is pushed, there's the accelerator pump is, accelerator pedal is pushed to gain speed, it's going to close that vent. Okay, it's open right now at idle. Alright, so this is where we use this washer. I tried to put on somewhere else, and we got the little nut that goes on here. And again, I'll have to buff these up when I'm done, but for now, I bet that's not 3/4. Oh, it is. Okay. I swear, as I get older, I forget. I used to know the sizes of everything. As I get older, I seem to forget. All right, so there we go. We're going to put our linkage on there, and you see how it's, as you pick up speed, or punch it, it's going to push that accelerator pump down. Of course, we need the clip on here. There we go. Clipped, and let's not forget, let's see, I don't have any more of those horseshoe clips on here. I'm not using exactly the kit you would be using. I had one that was opened here, that's why don't get shook because I'm missing a few things. I don't want to forget that, so I'm going to grab one. Use another one of these horseshoe clips. I don't know who invented these little things, but they sure have stayed around a lot of years. I don't like them. That's what comes in the kits, which we'll use. I just soon use I have some different kinds that would work, but anyway. Okay, so there you go. That's clipped on. Everything's working. Choke was nice and free. Nothing's gonna bind. Alright, let's put the choke together right quick. This will go on first, just like so. And this particular one, by the way, I have some NOS ones like this that are real nice, aluminum, and I'm not sure if that, it seems like aluminum. Anyway, I'm going to get those listed here shortly. We need the gasket on there, which is right here. Okay. I know I have some plastic retrofits that I sell for these 4Gs. I don't know if they have that hole in the middle. This is where the heat tube goes, right in the middle. Alright. I gotta figure this out. I fell off. Fell off a lot easier and it's going back on. Alright, I know it's got to go that way. Okay, it's probably going to go about like this. And it slipped right on. What do you know? Oh well. Okay. Forgot the screws. Just want to get one started over here. Okay, so we're going to turn that. First, you can make sure the throttle's open so it's not putting any pressure on there. And we're going to turn this counterclockwise. See how it's closing the valve? Now I do this by feel. You don't want to have too much pressure. Let's see, this one's index. Yeah, as a matter of fact, so we're probably pretty close. So a little bit of pressure will open it. You probably can't see it, but there is an index line right here that'll line up with this little tab right there, and we'll call that good. I wouldn't sweat it too much if yours doesn't line up exactly. You know, after 50 some years, I think it's a miracle that they do. I think it's a miracle anything lines up. So that's why I do it by pressure. If it doesn't line up perfectly, I don't worry about it too much. Things are worn. Alright, put this one on to lock it. And the one thing about taking everything apart like I did on this one, the throttle body and everything, it gives you the opportunity to buff the pieces separately, and so it really makes a lot of difference in how it looks. But obviously you're not going to see these, but you know, little things. It's the little things that are buffed out good that make it look real nice. So there we go. The idle mixture screws. Now I got to figure this one out because would you believe it had two different idle mixture screws on it? And so one of them they must have lost or something. I have to figure out what to put in here, and there is a difference. So anyhow, two idle mixture screws. Anybody can do it. You turn it in till it seats. Don't seat it too hard. And in fact, let me explain. If you do, it'll cause a little score into your needle. And if you have a score, replace the idle mixture screw. Before you decide it's a score, buff it out. Sometimes it's just a black mark. So once you determine, you either have a new screw or you got it buffed out. You turn in till it lightly seats. And then you're going to turn it out. Let's see. It's, do they say here? Idle adjustment. Yeah, they don't really tell you, right? Do it about a turn and a half, and you're going to have, it really doesn't make much difference. Turn and a half, 2 turns, whatever, because you're going to readjust it when you put it on the car. Okay, so there you go. So let's turn around so you can see the finished product. Everything fits on there, in case you forgot something. One thing I did forget was the fuel inlet, and I got to take this apart because it came yours may not have this type of end on it, but it should have this on it to begin with, and I'll get a new washer to put on there. It goes right here, big deal. And I like to use this, they call it a liquid Teflon. It's more like a paste, and I put just a dab in here. I don't want to get any in the carburetor, and that'll help keep it from leaking, which they do a lot there because they're so worn. And I don't use Teflon tape. I've found too much of that Teflon tape in the needle and seat. That stuff, you know, gets real stringy sometimes, so I wouldn't use that. So anyhow, so you remembered the screw here. We tighten the screws from inside out. I think that's about it. We put the gasket on it, and this one comes with. This happens to have two different gaskets. Your kit may or may not. You can see the difference here, and it's not so much. Let's see. Both of them will fit. See, so it's kind of going to depend on your. And I don't know which one was on this one. Going to depend on your manifold. So they'll put more than one in there. So you just have to figure out what the best one is. So there you go. That's the Rochester 4G. I appreciate you watching.